A vertical buttonhole is worked vertically in the knitting, while each side is worked separately from the other side. This particular buttonhole is a vertical buttonhole with no yarn break. It does not require cutting of the working yarn, which eliminates tails to be woven in later. It uses yarn overs to bridge the gap when the other side of the buttonhole is worked. It also uses slipped stitches at the buttonhole edge to neaten up the buttonhole edge a little bit. Here's what it looks like, and on the wrong side. The way you work this buttonhole is to work in pattern to the buttonhole location. You will turn the work, you will slip one stitch and work in pattern to the other side. You then work in pattern to the buttonhole location again. You will repeat those 2 rows for the number of times to get the height of buttonhole that you're after. So I'll do one more set. So again, slip that first stitch and then work in pattern to the end and turn and work a right side row to the buttonhole location. You will end after a right side row and not turn your work. We will not turn, and we are going to now make a series of yarn overs. If one extra repeat of those 2 rows was worked, you work 2 yarn overs. If you had worked more and you had worked 2 repeats of those 2 rows, you would make 4 yarn overs. I did 1 repeat of those 2 rows after the first set, so I will work 2 yarn overs. You then begin knitting across in pattern to the other side. You turn and work in pattern up to 1 stitch before those yarn overs. If this stitch is a knit, you will work an SSK. If it's a purl, as it is here, you will work a purl 2 together. You are working a decrease with that stitch and 1 of the yarn overs. Do not drop any of the other yarn overs. Turn the work, slip 1, and work in pattern to the other side. You will repeat this until only 1 yarn over is left in the middle between the 2 sides of the buttonhole, which will be this row for me. You work in pattern up to 1 stitch before the yarn over. This is a purl stitch. You will purl 2 together, but no yarn overs are left. We will turn the work, slip 1, and work in pattern to the end. And then we will turn and we will work in pattern all the way across. There's what it looks like on the wrong side and on the right side. So that's a vertical buttonhole with no yarn break. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching.